Twilighters, what's going on? This is part 2 of my Twilight reaction. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. So then the next day she goes to school. And she sees Edward fucking Cullen. And she walks by him because she knows. And so she's going to talk to him and confront him, which I find funny that she walked like all the way up the hill and into... She walks by Edward and he's got this look on his face like, holy fuck, she knows. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, she knows. And I think it's funny that in our notes we just wrote, oh fuck. And we were both like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it took us a minute.
Oh fuck slash Bella's orgasms.
Which I'll get to later, by the way.
I just thought you'd need to know that.
Oh, you know what I didn't talk about is when she's like Googling and she realizes what it is and she has that like flash of like Edward biting her and the blood dripping.
That was sexy.
Ooh, and I love when they're in the forest and...
Forest.
In the forest. Oh my god.
Don't blog with friends.
I know, blogging with friends isn't a bad idea. And like, they're in the forest and she knows. And, oh, his sparkling goodness. Which I like. And Fiona thinks it looks like sugar and I said it looks like he was painted with shimmer dust. And he's like,
leave your votes below.
Yeah, please, let me know. Do you think it looks like Edward was covered in sugar or he was covered in shimmer dust? And it's like shimmery goodness. Shimmery goodness. So yeah, let me know. And then, oh, I totally thought that they were going to kiss in that one scene when he, like, pushes her up against the rock. And he's like...
right next to her.
Yeah, like, right in her face. I wanted them to kiss there. I thought that would have been a better first kiss for them. And then when they're, like, in the meadow, which I don't even think that is a meadow. It does not look like a meadow. It's like a cliff.
A mini clearing.
Yeah, it's not a meadow. It's not the ginormous fucking meadow that Stephenie Meyer had described. I'm sure they could have found one. Anyways, they're, like, laying there, and they're all like...
Bella looked alright, though.
They're laying there like they're dead, though. Like, seriously, like someone needed to come and put chalk lines around them. So I prefer to call that the chalk line scene, because I like it. Okay, so then the next day, Edward comes over and he decides that he's going to pick Bella up for school. And he fucking honks. Okay? WTF, Edward Cullen does not honk.
No.
Edward Cullen does not honk. If you even... I'm listening to New Moon again, or to Eclipse again, and when he drops her off at the WTF.
A thing.
At the line of scrimmage, whatever.
The treaty line.
The treaty line, yeah. Oh my god. When he drops her off the treaty line, Jacob honks at her, and he's like, that's so rude, mongrel. So Edward Cullen does not honk, and I don't like that, so WTF. Oh, and so then, like, I don't know, it seems, did they, like, ditch school that day and, like, go out or whatever into the woods? Or was that, like, after?
That was after, I think that was to show a passing of days.
Okay, whatever. They were, like, outside.
They go to the woods so often.
I know, they were outside. And then he's like, it wouldn't be like drinking your blood. It's like... It was like the weirdest fucking thing. That was like the awkwardest moment ever. So then he comes over and he's like, I gotta go. There's complications. And he's leaving. And I'm so gonna get... He's like, I gotta leave. So then he leaves, right? And he's driving by. And him and Billy have this perfect movie moment, you know? And they drive and they go like this. And they look at each other. And Edward's like he's constipated like he always is. And then Billy Black is like this. He's like... And I prefer to call it the stink eye from Bad Acting School. Because that's what it is. And it's hilarious. And I love it. And it's Bad Acting School, but I still love it because it's so funny. It's so terribly funny. And then the Cullen Manor. I think it's a really awesome house. And I would freaking love to live there. But I just don't feel like it's not what I pictured.
Modern.
It's like way too modern. I thought it was going to be like this big white house. Okay, so then there's the kitchen scene, which I really, really liked. I like But you know, it was weird because in one of the things that I had watched before the movie came out, it had Esme saying, "Here comes the human," and in the actual movie, Rosalie says it, and I think she sounds a little too happy about it. But whatever, I don't know. And I like how she breaks the glass, and then like Esme's like, "Clean this up now." I just think it's funny. And Alice, she just comes in and hugs her, like, you know, whatever. She's best friends with her already, but that really just makes me think of Dark High Noon, and I really like Dark High Noon, and I can't wait for that, so yeah, whatever. And then, yes, my list is back, and better than ever. Okay, so then the tree scene, which for filming purposes and movie-wise, I really liked. I thought it was a beautiful scene. However, I have a qualm with it. It's the fact that Edward fucking Cullen would never do that, ever. I mean, if Bella said, "Hey, Edward, take me to the treetops so I can see out," he'd be like, "No, it's too dangerous. You could fall." And then, like, when they're up there, he, like, lets go of her, and she walks to the other side of the tree, like, by herself. He's not even, like, touching her. She could totally hit... Knowing Bella, she would have tripped and fell. And plummeted to her death. It's not Edward Cullen, and I do not like that. The fail-a-by. That's what Fiona and I call it. We call it the fail-a-by because we don't really care for it. However, we have discussed this last night because we went and saw it for the 5th time last night. And we've discussed that it's growing on us. And we kind of like it in certain spots, but we still are going to call it the fail-a-by. And then when Victoria's like running and like leading the humans east, she's like running, they show her footprint. It looks like cow poo. Cow poo, cow poo, cow poo, cow poo. Mike Newton dance off. That's what we wrote. Rudy's like, I thought that was funny. And her dad's like, "If you want to go join him," because Bella wants to go out and dance like an idiot and look like she's humping a tree. And I think that's funny. Oh, and that reminds me that I didn't write this down, but I think it's weird. I just don't like it because they're having dinner and then he asks her if she likes any of the boys in town, and she's like, "Really? We're going to talk about boys?" And that's the end of the conversation. No more is said. And then when Edward comes out, when she tells him that she has a date with Edward, he's like, "I thought you didn't like any of the boys in town." And then she's like, "Well, Edward doesn't live in town exactly." I don't like that because she never said that she didn't like any of the boys in town. She just said, "Really? Are we going to discuss boys?" And, like, that's one of the parts I feel like they're taking for granted that so many people have read the books. And I like how in the books he keeps calling him Edwin, and I kind of wish that he would have done that in the movie. But, "Are you being safe?" I love that part. I think it's really funny. I like how they filmed it, and I thought it was great. I like it. Blah.